It's comic book time! Hello and welcome to another figure review. Today we're gonna have a look at the figure complex Amazing Yamaguchi Iron Man in the Bleeding Edge armor. What a title that is. I'm in love with that already. Bleeding Edge armor. So you got the Amazing Yamaguchi packaging. Really talk a lot about packaging, but I gotta give him props. It's like super comic inspired. There's like comic stuff on the top, comic stuff, well, just Japanese text on the bottom. More comic stuff with the figure and panels and whatnot in the back with some dialogue in English but also Japanese. So the best of both worlds and just all the accessories that come with this guy. I cannot wait, so I won't. Let's go! Dynamic, man. This is what this is. Like a lot of, oh my god, the action poses. I just played around this guy a little bit and I cannot wait. I just said I cannot wait to get another packaging, and now I cannot wait to show you the accessory, the articulation. But first and foremost, we're gonna do that as usual. 17 centimeters to the top of his head, so he has a little bit of size to it. The Amazing Yamaguchi is like really overall a little bit over your 15 centimeters, so that's like 6.6, 6.7 inches tall for your Iron Man. And overall paint and detail, I mean, usually I focus on the face. There's not really that much going on with the face because it's Iron Man. It doesn't have facial expressions. He has the blue eyes though, kind of big blue eyes. I thought at first, but that's really the design of the Bleeding Edge armor. He does have a scratch on the face. Now I don't know if that was intentional or not. It does look kind of cool, a little bit of battle damage, but I mean, I don't know. Is he supposed to have that? Let me look at the box. I don't see anything. So I guess that's already a scratch on mine. Well, we have more of those, but anyway, paint job. It's not metallic, which I think is kind of weird. It is still kind of shiny, especially the red is really vibrant, and I like it, but I don't know, maybe metallic would have done a little bit better. Then again, he is Iron Man and not Metallic Man, so points for that. We got all the blue dots that go around in his eyes and in his armor. It's once again kind of plain. I wish they would have like, I don't know, especially for the middle part. You should have just done like the blue and maybe put like a clear glass window, clear plastic over it to make it look a little bit more interesting. I don't know. He does look cool though. There's a lot going on, and that's really one of the things. Like, it's always a joy to review a kind of robot mecha type figure because it's not boring. I mean, I like my schoolgirls and whatnot, but I can only review so many schoolgirls because I need a mecha in between to have a look at all the detail, all the molded detail that goes into this to make a really nice and dynamic looking armor. And then there's more detail in his butt. He still has his butt molded even though he wears armor. But you need that sexy Tony Stark butt, I guess. I mean, you do it for the girl. I do it for the girls. I show the punts of the girls, so I gotta show the butts of the dudes as well. I'm an equal opportunity butt person, right? Then we go down to the boots. There's a lot of stuff going on there. And yeah, overall, it looks great. Now, arguably for the best part, I want to have a look at the articulation. Now, first and foremost, the head goes back. Doesn't really go forward that much, and it seems like it's on some kind of hinge because it's also rotating to the side, but it's not all the way going around. Let me see that. I don't want to push it any more than this. That's probably as far as it goes. Well, this side is working along a lot better. Okay, so it does go all the way around with the magic touch, I guess. I didn't get it to do earlier, so I was not convinced it would work. Then it does tilt to the side, just a tiny bit. But then you also have the neck articulation. Can bring that forward, can bring that to the back. And I think that's just connected via double ball. I think there's a ball in here and there's a ball in the back. And this entire piece is just covering it up, and it is floaty, it is soft plastic, soft-ish, but it's really draped over it. So really, does leave a little bit of a gap, but you can always pull this down and try to cover it up. Now what's kind of weird is the shoulder part. As you can tell, you have a ball hinge that ends on another ball hinge. My problem with that, and a well-hidden Marvel copyright, my problem with that is they cut off the bicep over here, and that, you know, I know it's Amazing Yamaguchi, and I mentioned that in previous reviews. It's kind of your job to hide these imperfections because they're just going for super articulated stuff, and they are succeeding at. So, just saying, As such, it rotates around on this. You got this ball hinge. You can bring this one up and down, and then you can rotate it around at the bicep. And let's see, the ball joint itself does not rotate in the thing, in the socket, but you also have the shoulder pad, which is once again connected to another ball hinge, ball peg actually, and you can move that up and down. But you might be saying, well, you cannot bring this back and forth except like that. But then here's the good part. Now it's stuck. I wanted to do this really cool and cinematic. Let me try this one. Boom. You have this kind of like a hinge. I guess it's like a hinge part. It only goes back and forth. But combine these two, and yeah, you can. There's no stopping the arm movement. Goes all the way around. Goes all the way forward. You can make them dab, but why would you do that? Don't dab. Dabbing's not cool. Rotation in the elbow joint, it's a ball hinge, so you can bring that up all the way. And then the fist also has a ball hinge, back, forth. Rotation all the way around. Torso articulation is very good. Just like with all the amazing Yamaguchi. Does leave a little bit of a gap, but it's not too bad for the articulation you're getting out of it. Also has some wiggle motion. But just like the head, I can't really get it to move around. That's really it. I try to pull it, but no, he only gets the wiggle motion, doesn't go all the way around. Now for the lower torso area, that one also has kind of like the same thing. The soft plastic crotch kind of blocks it, I think just a little bit, but it would work. Let me try it really slow. But yeah, there you go, goes all the way around and goes back forward and has also some wiggle motion. Let me just demonstrate how well you can bring all this forward with combining these two points. Just like you can really cramp them up almost. They should do a Samus Aran, now that I think about it, and actually make you do a morph ball with the figure. Now for the legs, there's like a big ball hinge under there, so you can bring that forward very nicely. Can bring that out to the side, and doesn't really go to the back because once again of the butt, it always goes in an angle like that. There's a thigh swivel over here, always again going in an angle, and the simple hinge in the knee. It does look big and bulky, but it works for Iron Man. That's really one of the things. Same goes for like the swivel over here. Now for the foot is on a ball hinge and gets a very nice ankle rock out of it. Goes side to side. And finally you got a toe hinge, and boy oh boy, that's a lot. Now for the accessories, this one's pretty special, so I still have everything in the box just to show you. You have 4 of these panels, and have a look at that one. I always have like nice and detailed metal stuff going in there, and it's really like it's built your own Iron Man. If that's not exciting. So this one, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces of this. Once again, let me show you the mechanics inside. It's basically the same thing every time. Oh, I'm having a little bit trouble with the lighting like this. But yeah, you have always on ball hinges that are packed in, and it's really just combining. It's Combiner Wars, it's Transformers. Then we got this laser part, which just kind of, you slide over the regular one. You just replace this one with this one, and you can have like laser blades, I'd say, which have some nice clear plastic with a little bit of blue on the tip. And then for the hands, you got 2 fist hands. Well, there's one. Where's the other one? I always hate fumbling around with the hands. You got 2 fist hands. You got 2 kind of open blast hands. I say kinda, but they clearly have a hole in there. So I'm pretty sure they are for blast effects. I don't know if my camera's focusing on the back of the box. So then we got the hands. Let's see, there we go. The open blast hands. And then the posing hands for like, I don't know, grabbing or, yeah, just really poses, dynamic poses going into battle. But there's another box. So this is the rest of the madness. You have all these energy effects. I'm saying because I'm sweating, it's hot in here and I'm losing my mind. But yeah, you have all these energy effects. You got like these red panels. Those are all like rockets. You have 6 in total, and then you got like more beam effects, and my laundry's done. There's the beeping in the back. I don't know if you can hear that, but then there's this. This is like the driving force. You have 4 of these, and as shown in the instructions, you can just combine that. You can put that on his back, you can put that on his foot, you can put that on his arm, and that's really how you build your own kind of stuff. That's why you have so many panels, so many different things, because they give you like a million different packs, like a million extra packs basically. There's some packs in here, there's some more packs in there, and you just pack it in here, and then you pack all of this stuff in there, or the stuff that we just had with the other box. And then you got another base, the amazing Yamaguchi base with like an arm, or you don't have to use the arm because the figure has a hole in the back. But yeah, there's more packs in there. And you can do all this madness. Actually, like, I didn't even notice that, but yeah, look at the box. You have like this power effect for his boot or for his arms, and that's really like you have the big red panel and then all small panels, and you got the energy effects, and this is, bruh, there's a lot to take in here. But also in the packaging, you got like a nice kind of lab background. It looks a little bit more like the Batcave, honestly, with the dark lighting and everything. But yeah, it has an Iron Man logo on it, which, I don't know, kind of ruins it. If you want to have a diorama like that, oh, it's like, it's so realistic, but it has the Iron Man logo. But yeah, that's all the accessories. Crazy. So for the final shot, I really tried around, and I just got a bunch of stuff on them right now just to show you what you can do. You have the blasters in the lower part of the feet, and then you have these panels. You obviously want to take this one off, but you kind of can slide it around. And you can take the boosters like this. It also hangs off like a little bit weirdly like that, but you can take this and still put it onto this if you rather have the boosters coming out of the thigh. And then we have this piece which you can also rotate. You can bring that around because this is floaty, and you have these small little blades which I just kind of attached right now. And I did try to make like a thing like on the box, and I almost succeeded. So basically what you're doing, you have these big panels, and you just kind of stick that in, and then it goes bye-bye. But then you still have holes on the side where you put in the small panels. And my problem right now is I have the ball joints not aligned properly. I would have to take this out again and put it together, and it's hot in here, and I'm dying and I'm melting, so I'm not gonna do that. Apologies, but yeah, basically what you do, you line this all up, and then you can fold it together. And then you have the one ball joint in the middle, you take off his hand, and then you just take off this piece also, I'm guessing, this floaty piece, just to make room. And then you can just put that on his hand, and then you could put then you put rockets in here, or lasers, or whatever. You can really play around with that. Or you can just do it like this. You can have like kind of like a shield, and you just attach that. And that's really the point. And you have like 4 panels like this, and what was it, 8 like the small ones. So you can make 2 of these, and then you still have small panels to put in the back. And if you want to put them there or whatever, it's just like, it's make yourself, make your own Iron Man. And I'm out of breath, and I'm sweating, and it's hot in here. So final thoughts for the amazing Yamaguchi Bleeding Edge Iron Man. I love this. There is not really anything wrong with it. The paint is good. It looks a little bit scratchy already, so I'm guessing it doesn't have the biggest longevity. But as such, there's not really any slips. I mean, the only one there was there's a little bit stuff going on. There's a little slip in this part in the thigh. But really, I looked at the figure, but I can't really find any huge issues with it. The articulation is great. It is kind of wonky, but you're really getting a lot of posability out of it. And the accessories are, quite frankly, out of this world. And I said it a couple of times, it's make your own. You can make your own design with this figure, and that's really appreciative. So therefore, I do recommend this one 100%. It's really, I would have liked the metallic paint job. That's it. That's the only thing I can complain about, and that's not even a real complaint. That's a personal preference. So yeah, recommend it 100% to go out and get yourself a Bleeding Edge Iron Man. What was that sound? That was not even close. But yeah, anyway, so that's gonna do it, guys. As usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, card game stuff, and whatever Iron Man wants.